now, Medicine. I'm glad you're awake.
Abigail?
That's right. I'm here.
I died, didn't I? And you saved me and brought me back here?
You're not quite dead, but you're not alive either. Rather, you're somewhere between life and death. Like me. That's the best way I can put it.
Then, thank you.
Please don't mention it. Really, I'm sorry that we hadn't been just a little bit faster. If we had arrived sooner...
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Oh, don't strain yourself.
I think I'm okay.
I'd forgotten how it feels at first. It's kind of wondrous.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Once you get used to it, it's really quite convenient. It'll just take a bit of time.
How long has it been since then? Since I... you know...
It's been over a day. You've been unconscious this entire time. I was afraid that perhaps I'd done it wrong, that you might not ever wake up.
But here I am.
Yes, here you are.
How did you do it? I remember thinking that I was going to die, for sure.
As I said, we arrived too late to save your life. The cold had already set in, and you were so far from home. But we were able to save your spirit, your soul, the important part of you. And that's what you are now.
A spirit? That's what you are too, right?
Exactly.
Do you know if Tara's safe? My friend, the one who came here with me. I thought I was following her into the woods, but it was...
She's fine. As far as I know, she was never in any danger at all. I'm so sorry, Madison. You were tricked.
Right. Tricked by... by whom?
I'm not sure what name she uses now. The mayor of the village. Whatever you know her as.
Evelyn. Who is she really? Why would she want to kill me?
I'll explain it later, but I promise you don't have to worry about her anymore.
I just have one other question. Earlier, when you were talking about saving me, you kept saying we. Who else?
Someone special. I'll take you to meet them if you feel you're ready for it.
I think so. What is it? What's wrong? Did I hurt you?
Your hand. I can feel it. I'm sorry, Madison. I just got so carried away for a moment.
It's fine. Really. Should we go meet your friend then? Abigail, can you tell me a bit about what it's like now? Being a ghost and all.
Of course. I'd be happy to. Where to begin? I found it to be quite convenient personally. As I said before, we're not ghosts per se. Or at least, not in the conventional way. Which is to say, we're not dead. It's more like we're somewhere between life and death. You and I are now fundamentally bound to the forest and to everything else in it. In the forest, everything is connected. This is harder than I thought.
It's fine. Take your time.
Everything in the forest is connected. The trees, the grass, the birds, the foxes. everything. And that includes you and I, too.
Connected? How?
Magic.
That makes sense.
Madison, it'll be all right, I promise. I know it's a lot to take in, but it'll be okay. I'm here for you. I'm here. Madison, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine now. Or at least better. Thanks.
Are you sure? We don't have to keep going right now. We could save this for another day.
It's fine. Let's just keep going. If I just sit and do nothing, I'm sure I'd feel even worse.
If you're sure...
Earlier... You said something earlier about Tara. How it wouldn't be possible for Tara to even see me.
Correct.
But I was able to see you, even before all of this happened. So why couldn't she see me?
That was projection. I've had a lot of practice. I'd be happy to teach it to you too, but it took me some time to learn.
I see. Did you spend much time in the forest when you were alive?
I did. However, I never traveled very far. Why do you ask?
I was just thinking about how you know your way around so well. It kind of reminds me of the girl I met here in the village, Morgan.
I've had plenty of time to see it all. It's simple too, once you know how to do it. As long as you know where you're going, the forest will guide your way there. I'm certain you'll get the hang of it someday.
What was Eisenfeld like back then?
Much the same as it is today, as far as I can tell. Quiet and isolated. We rarely had any visitors. Even news of the outside world, or the rest of the country, was slow to arrive. But I longed for it. For the stories that would occasionally make their way to us. Sometimes friends of my father would head into the city for a few weeks, taking the goods that we had grown and made to trade, and bringing back things we lacked. And they'd return with gifts for all of the children, my sister and I, or the little boy across the road. Gifts and stories about wondrous devices they'd seen, or about the marvelous people they met. When I was alive, I always wished to see it for myself someday. Instead, I had to satisfy myself with books and with other people's stories. I'm sorry. I hadn't really thought about these things in a while.
It's okay. I hope they're not painful memories.
These ones aren't. What about you? There are so many things that I want to know, but I hardly know where to begin asking. Machines soar overhead day and night, but I've never known what they are. Or watching as Eisenfeld becomes more modern, but not understanding. I want to understand! I'm sorry. Again. That can wait.
You're fine. I'm sure I'd feel the same way in your position. After we meet your friend, I'll tell you everything you want to know. Or at least everything I can. I'm not exactly the best storyteller, and I'm not very good at explaining why things work, but if that's still enough?
Oh, would you? I'm sure you're wonderful at telling stories. I could tell from the way you read to me back at the church. Do you remember?
Like I could forget. That's a day I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Is it? Why's that?
Well, that was the first day that we spent time together, right? And that's when you showed me your name.
I suppose it was. I just didn't realize it was that significant to you.
Of course it was. That day changed everything for me. What is this place?
We're at the center of the forest now. These trees are the oldest ones here. They're the ancestors of all the rest. All of the life in the forest comes from here.
This is your friend?
That's right. This spirit is the guardian of the forest. It helped me save you, just like it saved me long ago.
I see. Does it have a name?
If it does, I don't know it. I just think of it as the forest spirit.
I've come to say thank you for intervening and for saving me. Abigail told me that you helped. I don't really know how I can ever repay you. I owe you my life. Or, well, whatever's left of it. I don't know what happens now either. I'm still getting used to all of this. But again, thank you.
So what did you think?
I don't really know what I think. I'm part grateful, part terrified, part shocked. When I saw it before, I thought it had to be a monster or something. It just seemed so ferocious and huge that I assumed it was evil. So seeing it like that is weird.
It's certainly intimidating at first. When we first met, I was also rather fearful, but I quickly realized how kind and gentle it was, at least towards me.
Why wasn't it enormous this time?
It can make itself larger or smaller at will. The night that you saw it, it must have had a reason.
And you're able to talk to it? And understand it?
Not quite. I speak to it and it understands me, but it doesn't have any words or language. Some of its mannerisms I've picked up over time. We've had quite a long time to get to know each other after all.
Right.
Ready to go back to the church? Unless you'd rather stay here, in the forest. I imagine you'd be more comfortable with walls and a roof around you for now, though.
Yeah, I would be. Let's go back.
God damn it.
Tara, let's go. This is a bad idea.
I'm not leaving till I get in here. She knows something about Maddie. I know she does.
I'm not disagreeing, but this isn't going to help. We need to...
Shit!
Are you okay?
I think it burned me. What the hell? Screw this. Let's just break the door down.
Listen to me. We have to get out of here. Trust me.
If she hurt Mads, I'll kill her.
Listen, Tara, I've tried to force it open before. I think she has some kind of ward on it. No matter what we do, I don't think we're getting in there.
There has to be some way in. There has to. We'll get at that office and we'll find out where she took Mads. I don't care how much weird magic bullshit Evelyn's got. We're gonna rescue Mads.
Tara, we need to go. Whatever burned you probably alerted Evelyn. She could be on her way right now.
No, we can't give up now. Mads needs us.
Tara, we need to consider the possibility that...
Then what, Morgan? That she just killed my friend? Do you seriously think she'd do that to Mads just for looking around the woods?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. You're right. We don't know for sure yet. But we can talk about this later. Right now, we really need to...
Good morning, Morgan. Tara. You both seem so on edge. I'm sorry you don't seem to find my drawing room as relaxing as I do. Maybe it's time for some redecorating. How would you feel about a more earthy palette? No opinions? You come into here uninvited, and you'd think you could at least pretend to be polite. You never could, though, could you? You never could play along. Always so obstinate. You have to fight every step of the way. Just like when you were young. Always cutting your own hair short. Because nothing was ever good enough for you. The clothes I bought, the food I made, and you had to control just one thing. When was it you realized you couldn't even hold scissors anymore? And you ran around town begging someone to cut your hair. No wonder no one else ever wanted to be around you. I imagine that's why you had to look all the way overseas to make a friend. And well, look what happened to them.
What the hell did you do with Maddie?
You know, the forest is a very dangerous place. Every year, it seemed, there would be a new death. Someone would go missing in the winter. We wouldn't find them until the spring thaw. That's why they're off limits now. That's why we have the curfew. There hasn't been a death like that in almost 10 years. Something we are very proud of. That is, until your friend. It's honestly frustrating that she would ruin our record so selfishly. I wonder if she had any idea of the headache she was going to cause me.
Enough of the bullshit! Mads wouldn't go out there and get herself lost. She wouldn't. She's way too cautious for that. You did something to her and you're gonna tell me, or I swear to God.
endlessly patient with you and your friends. A mother's patience never wears thin. But then, I never was much of a mother, was I?
No, don't!
What? Morgan, help! What's happening?
Please, don't! You don't have to!
How many years did I give you the carrot, Morgan? How many? Eventually, you'll have to learn.
Tara, don't move! Just stay still! You'll be okay!
Well then, please make sure you put everything back where you found it. The maids have enough work as it is. Have a lovely day, girls.
Are you okay? Did she break anything?
I don't think so.
Can you stand? Let's get back to the house. I've got a first aid kit there.
As long as I get to lay down, we can go wherever you want.
Of course. You can use my bed. Come on.
I think you're gonna have to take the lead on this one.
Come on. Let's get you on the bed. Kayladora, move please.
There's plenty of room on the floor.
Did your cat just talk?
No.
Yeah, I told you.
I knew it! I knew I could trust you! Sure, it was weird that you didn't actually talk, but I get it. Shy around strangers. That's valid, and also, big mood. But I knew it. I knew you weren't lying.
Kayladora, how are you feeling?
I feel hungry. Did you bring me food, Morgan? I don't think you did.
I didn't. I'm sorry, Kayladora. It's been a difficult morning. You don't have anything, do you?
I think I have a melted chocolate bar in my pocket, but can magical talking cats eat chocolate?
Dora, wait.
No. You wait. I will be back.
Your cat is weird.
Yeah, a little.
So what's the deal with Gelato? I mean, I know she can talk. Please don't say she can talk. You're gonna say she can talk, and I'm seriously asking you don't. I want to know what her deal is. Promise me you won't say she can talk.
I promise I won't say she can talk. Her name is Dora.
Okay. Her name is Geldorado. But, like, why can she talk? I've met a lot of weird cats, but none of them could actually talk.
Well, it's because she's not really a cat.
Of course.
Dora isn't a cat. She's a fairy. I don't know a lot more than that. I know Evelyn cursed her to be in that form. Her memories are hazy, though, and it's only been getting worse. She wasn't always like this. She's been around as long as I can remember. She only started talking to me when I was 12, but even back then, she's forgetting she was ever a fairy. I'm worried that soon she's not going to be anything other than a house cat.
She doesn't really seem that helpful.
She used to be. I'd have never known anything about what Evelyn was without her. For a long time, she was my only friend. She was the only one I could really trust. I still believe in her. I still believe she can help. I know it sounds like I was just a lonely little kid looking for a friend, but I promise she has the knowledge we need in there somewhere.
You don't have to make excuses. I believe you. And I'm sorry you had to grow up like that. It's their loss that they didn't stick around to see how cool you turned out to be.
Hello, Dora.
Meowdy!
How's your hunting?
It was good, Morgan. Much better than your hunt this morning.
How does she know about that?
I know much about Evelyn. And Evelyn knows everything about you. What did you think would happen, cursed child? Evelyn is as good a hunter as any cat. She'll never let her prized vessel out of her sight. She's watching you even now, Morgan. And when the moon is full, she will finally strike.
Why'd she call you cursed?
because I am. Evelyn is not my real mother. My real mother died before I was born, and whatever Evelyn is, she took her body. She's done it to our family for years. Jeladora and I pieced it together from town records and scraps of my mother's diary. Every couple decades, she has to change hosts. And
you're next.
Evelyn's going to make her move on the night of the full moon. That's what Jeladora says.
Wow, that's a lot. And, it's really hard for me to know what to say here, but thank you for telling me. We're gonna stop Evelyn, and if it has to be before the moon is full for whatever reason, then we'll do that and we'll save Mads. We'll stop her, I swear.
Good morning, Madison.
Good morning. That was amazing.
Thank you. I hope I didn't wake or disturb you.
Nah, not at all. Besides, if I'd known, I'd have gotten up early just to hear more.
Aw, you're flattering me.
No way, not at all. I mean it. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
How did you learn to do that without scaring away the animals?
It wasn't really a matter of learning. It just happened naturally, over time. I sing for myself, first and foremost. I think eventually, they realized that I wasn't a threat.
It seems like they were enjoying the show too.
It's quite the compliment if even the birds like my song.
There was a deer too. You might not have seen him though. He was kinda hiding in the bushes.
Oh, was he? I'll have to introduce you next time. He's quite friendly too.
Really? You know him?
Most likely. I suppose it could have been a new deer. I'd have to see him to know for sure.
Nowadays, there are these things called petting zoos, where you can pay money to walk around and pet tame animals, like deer and sheep and pigs. I've never heard of them just making friends with people, though.
That sounds marvelous. Have you ever been to one?
Not since I was a lot younger. They're mostly for kids.
Adults in the modern world sound awfully boring in that case. If you're feeling up for it, there's someplace I'd like to show you, here in the forest. It's one of my favorite spots.
Of course, lead on. I'd love to see anything that you think is special.
Let's go then! We're almost there. It's just up ahead.
Oh, Abigail. It's beautiful. Where are we? What makes this place so special?
This is one of my favorite places. Isn't it lovely? As for what makes it special... fairies. Just as decorators. They aren't around right now. They much prefer the nighttime. They're far more active in the moonlight. You can still see traces of them, though. I'm sure they're around, watching. But I've only met them once myself. It may be years before you do.
I think that's okay with me. I've had enough magic for 1 week.
Yes, understandable.
Really though, thank you for bringing me here. It's nice.
I'm glad. I wanted to show you that not everything about it is bad. That Unlife does have its own little moments of niceness.
Unlife is a good word for it.
Do you think so? I worried before you woke up that I would have forgotten how to speak or forgotten words. I talked to myself to keep in practice, waiting for a day when I would meet someone again. That's also why I sing, so that I don't forget how much I enjoy it, even if nobody listens. I know that it's silly, but sometimes a bit of silliness can be what helps me keep going.
I don't think it's silly at all. Besides, if I could sing like you, then I'm sure I'd do it all the time too.
I could teach you if you'd like.
Oh no, you don't know what you're getting into. I'm pretty sure I'm unteachable when it comes to singing. You'd have birds flying miles away instead of coming to listen.
Come now, I'm sure it can't be that bad. I knew nothing of singing when I first started. I simply practiced and practiced. Everything gets better with practice and time.
My singing voice has got to be the one exception.
In all of existence?
Out of everything.
In that case, I suppose I must hear it, just to know. You can't promise something like that and then not demonstrate.
No way. Not happening.
What if we sang a duet?
Definitely not.
Oh, you're no fun. Are there any instruments that you do enjoy? Any that I've heard of, that is?
Piano. I've taken lessons since I was a little girl.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I miss it.
Most of the time, the only music I'd have the opportunity to listen to was during prayers, or the occasional traveling performer. Sometimes I'd convince Mr. Braun, who played the organ, to show me some of the pieces he'd learned in the city.
Do you remember the names of any of the pieces? I wonder if I've heard of them.
Oh yes, there was... Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Maybe not. It seems I've forgotten. Do you think there's a chance, though? Are you very familiar with songs from, well, my time?
Some of them, yeah. A lot of the most famous and respected composers come from those days. From this part of the world, too.
I'm glad to hear that. They must be magnificent to be remembered so many years later. How nice that must be, to leave behind a legacy, to be missed. I'm sorry. I'm just feeling a little nostalgic.
You don't need to apologize. I like hearing what's on your mind.
I'm glad. It would be rather unfortunate if, after everything, we didn't get along.
I do have another question, though. A personal one. I know you said I can ask you anything, but...
I meant it. Please, go ahead.
Well, before, you said that you've never even tried to... go back. Escape. Whatever the right word for it would be. Why is that? Doesn't it bother you, being stuck like this? If you don't want to answer, that's okay.
I don't mind. I'm just thinking of what to say. So, I suppose that you've been thinking about it a lot, right? How to... go back.
Almost constantly. I don't know if it's possible or anything, but don't get me wrong, I'm beyond grateful that you saved me at all. But it feels like we're so close to being alive, but not. Everything's changed, but at the same time, it's like nothing has. I don't feel much different, but everything's different. I have a whole life out there. Or at least I did. I can't just forget about it. Or move on, or give up, or something.
I understand. I didn't have much left once I moved on. My family and those I care about. I had no desire to return to them. And then time started to pass. At first the days felt slow, torturously slow. I did nothing but sit around and mope, never straying far from the forest spirit who had saved me. But then I started to explore more, to get to know the forest, find moments of happiness. I was still terribly lonely, of course. It has been, until you got here. But I can honestly say that I didn't hate it. I sang, I watched, I found my own joy where I could. Eventually, time left me behind. The people I had known grew old and died. I'm sure many forgot about me long before I forgot about them. At some point, there was nothing for me to want to go back to. The rest of the world outside this forest is just a maze that I don't know how to navigate. Here in the forest, I know nearly all there is to know. There's no grief or loss or pain. There's just peace. Would you feel up for another walk through the woods? Perhaps this time I can show you where the wisest, most handsome-looking owl nests. It's been so long since I've said hello to him.
Sure. Let's go.
Morgan? I think I owe you a new pan. You guys don't have, like, a fire extinguisher in here, right?
We don't need one. Let me see that. Why don't you get the smoke off the wall before it stains? I'll take care of this. You don't cook much, do you?
Does not cooking at all fall under not cooking much? Because if so, yeah.
Then why did you... You were making me breakfast.
Yeah, well, you know. I figure that since we're leaving the cabin, it'd be a waste to just leave it here. And I don't know, you've been really helpful and stuff. And I thought maybe I could pay you back a bit. But I just wasted the food anyway. It was a dumb idea. Sorry.
Thank you.
You're thanking me for screwing up making breakfast?
I'm thanking you for trying.
Oh, right. I guess that makes sense.
Maybe we could make something together? After all your videos have taught me, I'd be happy to teach you a few things in return.
Are you sure? I mean, I literally know nothing about cooking. All I do is slow you down.
That's okay. I'll take the lead, and we can go slow. Now, let's start with teaching you how to use a stove without burning the house down.
That's probably a good one to know, yeah?
Okay, so you're going to want to have the heat a little lower than the absolute maximum for this one.
I figured the higher it went, the faster it would cook.
Technically, you're right, but that's also how you burn things beyond recognition. Keeping it in motion is a good way to make sure it cooks evenly.
Right, cool.
You're doing great. I'm impressed.
Well, doing it with you is a pretty effective motivator.
Very subtle.
When am I anything but? Holy shit! That was so good!
Looks like you're a better cook than you thought.
Oh, please. That was like 25% me at most. But thank you. I definitely learned enough to surprise Mads when she gets back. And the best part is that we don't have to wash any of the dishes since we're leaving after this.
We're washing the dishes.
Oh, come on! Hey, quick question. It should be okay if we leave Maddie's stuff here, right? I'd hate for her to come back and be missing all her super important films.
It should be fine. With us out of the way, Evelyn won't have any reason to focus on the cabin anymore.
Hey, Morgan, can you come here for a sec?
What's that?
It's Mads' camera equipment. I was just thinking that maybe we should shoot a video before we leave.
Like, film an episode?
Not quite. More like a summary of what's happened, for reference. Kinda like a black box in a plane. That way there'll be a record. Something that could help anyone else who decides to look into this.
A dead drop. It's worth a shot. I can help you film it.
Are you sure? That's a professional quality camera. Even I don't know how half the shit it does works. That's Maddie's domain.
I'm sure I can figure something out. It can't be too hard to get the basics down.
All right, let's get to work. Okay, so, wait, let me...
Hang on, I think I've got it.
No, that's just going to access the archive. We need to get the focus right for the main shoot.
I'm sorry. I wish I could do more.
Don't sweat it, you're doing fine. Maddie never taught me much. She, makes the videos. I just do the talking. Oh shit, you got it!
I can do better. There are still settings I haven't tried.
Don't worry about it. The stuff is confusing. Maybe the blur will make it look more mysterious or something.
Sure.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to a very special, not quite an episode of Terranormal. We've had a lot of crazy shit go down in the past couple weeks, so Morgan and I are putting this together to make sure we don't miss anything. Who's Morgan, you ask? She's our inside woman, as they say. We wouldn't have found any of the stuff I'm about to tell you about if not for her, and she's been a hell of an assistant, too. Mads would be manning the camera right now, but, she's not here right now. It's complicated. So, where to begin? Well, I suppose I should start with a little story about a spirit, also known as the only time I've had fun in church. Anyway, that's pretty much all we have right now. Hopefully Mads will be back soon. I'm not gonna lie, there's some bad shit out here. Maddie got caught up in it somehow, but it's nothing that's gonna last. Am I in danger too? Sure, but that's nothing new for me. You're talking to a girl who nearly got eaten by a bear because park rangers suck at their jobs. I'm just making this so we don't have as much to go over when we find her. The dry air out here is killer on my throat, so I could use the help. And Evelyn, if you find this, know that we're gonna make you pay for what you did. I'll do whatever I have to do, If you're watching, I want you to know that. Can you just give me my friend back? Can you just do that now? I'll do anything, I swear. I don't care if we don't find any more evidence. I don't need anything else from this trip. I just want Maddie back.
I'm sorry, Tara. I'm so sorry. Take your time. Getting it out will help.
This is all such bullshit. Why would she take Mads? She wasn't causing any trouble. I could have helped her. I could have talked this out with her, but I didn't. And because of that, I should have let her stay home. I should have listened to her when we were out here. I just keep ruining things, huh?
Tara, you aren't the reason the two of you came here. I was. This is on me. Tara. I'm going to make sure you get Maddie back, no matter what.
I know. If anyone can, it's you. I hope you don't think I'm mad at you for bringing us out here.
You aren't?
Nah, I know you just wanted to make something good happen for all of us. Things just didn't work out that way is all. Besides, Coming here meant I got to meet you. I'm sure as hell not complaining about that.
I'm sure you've met plenty of fans in person.
Yeah, but you're not just a fan. Not to me. You're a lot more than that.
What are you saying?
I don't know, just I haven't ever really met anyone like you before is all.
If it helps, I haven't met anyone like you before either.
Well, I could have told you that one. I am one of a kind, you know.
No argument there. Let's get inside. We still gotta figure out how much of your stuff we can fit in my closet.
I mean, I could just leave some of my clothes on the floor. That's what I do at home.
Not happening. I like being able to see my floor.
Can't blame a girl for trying.
Did you find something, Madison?
I think so. It seems like the two of them went back to the village.
Do you think so? That sounds like it would be dangerous. Why would they put themselves in danger like that?
I have no idea. Hopefully we can ask them ourselves.
Madison, of course I'll do my best to help you, but I feel like it would be remiss of me if I didn't warn you to not get your hopes up. It took me years to be able to manifest myself. The chances of you being able to communicate with them so soon are low.
That's okay. I didn't have much hope to begin with. I mean, hey, you never know. If you can do it, maybe I can come along with you. The two of us together are bound to be able to accomplish more than we could on our own.
Together.
What's wrong?
It's just that accompanying you would mean returning to Eisenfeld again. I haven't returned since, well...
I'm sorry, Abigail. I didn't mean to...
You don't have to apologize, Madison. I agreed to help you, and I'm going to honor that commitment. Besides, maybe it could be good for me. I can't avoid going back there forever. And having you there will make the burden of memory much easier to bear.
If you say so. As long as you don't feel like I'm forcing you or anything.
Not at all. You've been nothing but kind to me, Madison. I want to repay that kindness.
Thank you, Abigail. Really.
Of course. Now then, shall we?
Lead the way. Are you ready, Abigail?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Tara! Can you hear me?
Morgan, this is delicious. How the hell do you know how to make all this stuff?
Most of it I picked up from older folks in the village. The rest I pieced together from random cooking videos.
When all this is said and done, remind me to give those channels a shout out on an episode, because this rules.
Maybe you'll learn enough while you're here to make a few cooking videos yourself.
Are you asking because you actually think that'd be good, or do you just want to see another video where I almost burned my house down? So what's the plan for today? Got anywhere in town we might be able to hit up for local lore?
Most of the official records of town history are sealed up in Evelyn's office, so those are off the table. But we might have some luck checking out older buildings around town. She's done a good job of cleaning up evidence of what Eisenfeld used to be, but maybe you'll notice something I didn't.
Sure, I mean, it's worth a shot.
Are you going to be okay?
What do you mean?
after yesterday. If you need some time to rest, nobody's going to blame you.
I mean, I guess a little time off could help me, as long as we get right back to looking for Mads afterwards.
Of course.
Abigail, do you think you can manifest? Even if I can't reach them, maybe you can.
I'll try, but whatever power I had that allowed me to appear to you has felt much weaker since I used it to save you.
Abigail, stop. It's okay.
Maybe if I just try a little harder.
It's okay. I promise. We can try again some other time.
I'm so sorry, Madison. I don't understand why this is happening.
There aren't any rulebooks for this sort of thing. I don't blame you for not knowing about things most people think are impossible to begin with. We knew beforehand that this was a long shot. I'm just happy I got to see them again.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. You've done more than enough by coming with me.
Thank you. As messed up as all this is, I'm glad that you're the one helping me get through it.
Same here. We make a good team.
We should have a team name, like the Dream Team or something.
We'll work on it.
You okay?
Yes. I'm okay. I just wasn't prepared for something like that.
Trust me, I wasn't either.
It is nice though, isn't it? A love like that can give someone incredible strength.
Yeah, I'm happy for them. But we should probably go. I feel really weird being here for this.
Of course. Maybe we can try this again another time.
Hey, do you want to maybe...
Madison!
How?
Madison, are you okay?
I'm not sure. But I'm a lot better now that we have some distance between us and her. She saw us, Abigail. How is that possible?
I wish I knew. Madison, she said something to you before we left, didn't she?
Yeah. I didn't catch all of it, but I think I know what she was going to say. She looked shocked when she saw us. Confused, even. I think she didn't know about us being out here.
But now she does. Good morning. Did you sleep well?
Yeah, I did. It's getting a bit easier.
That's wonderful. What would you like to do today?
Let's go back to that forest clearing. The one where the fairies live? I'd like to see it again.
That sounds perfect. I'd like nothing better. Shall we go now?
Yeah, sure. I really love it here. It's so calm. It actually reminds me of somewhere back at home. There's a little lake near where Tara and I live. Sometimes I like to go and sit down there to think. There are a ton of geese and ducks around too. Sometimes they won't leave you alone, so you just have to ignore them.
Maybe they want you to sing to them too.
Nah, they just want food. It's really popular to go down and feed them. Moms do it with their kids a lot. But then the birds get so used to it that they think every human has frozen peas for them.
They must be disappointed quite often then.
Yeah. I wish that you could see it someday. My home, I mean, in America. I think you'd like it there.
I'm sure that I would. I'd love to see any place that you care so much about. All of the buildings and the lights.
I keep thinking, in your time, what would I have been like? Would I be the same person if I never fell in love with films?
Films?
Oh, it's like a play that you can watch anytime. They're really compelling.
I see.
There are so many things like that. Films or events in history that are so normal to me, but that I keep forgetting you don't know about. So if I ever say anything that makes no sense at all, I can try to explain.
There are a lot of things I've wondered about, it's true. For instance, sometimes I'll see great noisy machines up in the sky. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those are called airplanes. They're kind of like giant carriages that carry people around. That's how we got from America to here.
What? Don't tease me like that. There's no way something like that could fly.
No, it's true. It's really true. They're the fastest way to get around the world. There are also these things called cars, which are much smaller and only fit a few people. But most people own their own car and use it to get around.
Do you have one?
I do.
Why not use that to cross the ocean?
I've been thinking a lot about what you said the other day. About how you've never wanted to leave this place.
Yes, I'm far too cowardly for that.
I don't think that's cowardly at all. It's difficult to leave behind what you know and what feels safe. In fact, it's really scary. I know that the two don't really compare, but before I decided to quit Terra's show, I felt the same way. Like I was afraid to leave, just because I was so used to it being part of my life. But I decided that if I wasn't happy with how things were, that I should just take the risk and change something. Everyone has those worries, though. That doesn't make you a coward. If we ever do find a way out of here, maybe you could come back to America with me.
That might be nice. Would I have to ride on an airplane?
Oh, definitely. People don't really take boats across the ocean for travel anymore. Not nearly as much. Pretty much everyone flies.
Isn't that scary? How does something so heavy manage to stay up in the air?
It's kind of scary the first few times, but you get used to it. As for how it's possible, well, there's all sorts of science behind it, but that would take too long to explain. Anyway, though, you could stay with me and Tara. We've got plenty of space. Or we could help you find your own apartment. There's a lot you'd have to learn about the modern world, of course, but it'd be worth it, and we could help you learn. Are those the fairies you were talking about?
Yes.
What are they doing?
I'm not sure. I've never seen them out during the day like this. Usually they stay hidden in their hive until the moon is out. They aren't like humans. They're something entirely different. Even though I've spoken with them before, I don't really understand them.
Wait, they can talk? Like they can speak human language?
Yes, they aren't the most eloquent, but yes.
I see. They're part of the forest too, right? In the connected way that you were talking about before.
Yes.
They weren't anything like I expected.
Really? How so?
In stories I've heard, fairies are always smaller and look like little people with wings. Not like what we just saw. And they usually live in flowers and fields, not the snow. But those are just stories, of course. I keep having to remind myself that this is real life, and that real life doesn't care what happens in stories. I had an idea, actually. About getting out of here. Do you think that the forest spirit could help us? It's powerful, right? Maybe it could use its magic to make us humans again. We could even talk to it together. You'd seriously be welcome to come back with me and Tara. I'd like that a lot, actually.
I'd like that too. Perhaps it could help. There's certainly a chance.
Great! Maybe we can plan together what the best way to ask it would be?
Sure.